Hi, this is Stan Phelps from marketinglagniappe.com, and welcome to episode 2. In today's episode, we're going to talk about where Lagniappe fits in the overall marketing scheme. We're going to go out into the field and visit Stew Leonard's, the most profitable grocery store per square foot in the world. And lastly, we're going to do a quick book review of David Meerman Scott's The New Rules of Marketing and PR. Today's podcast is sponsored by Synergy Events, an award-winning experiential marketing agency.
Hey, welcome to the Purple Goldfish webcast. I'm Jack, this is Stan.
How you doing?
Today we're going to talk a little more about marketing Lagniappe, what that means, and actually continue talking about how does this marketing Lagniappe idea fit into the kind of grand scheme of marketing in general.
Right. Good question. So, marketing Lagniappe, is it traditional marketing? Is it social media? Is it kind of somewhere in between? And I think, Jack, it's really a paradigm shift. I think most marketing is focused on the prospective customer. So the typical kind of purchase funnel, going after kind of prospective customers out there. And I think where kind of Lagniappe or marketing Lagniappe is different is it's the idea of going after and treating your customers right and focusing on your most important marketing resource, your customers. So
Lagniappe is really sort of the fuse to light the word of mouth bomb.
Exactly. So the idea is that if you put that focus on your customers, and instead of spending your money on prospects, you actually gave your customers that little something extra. You delivered that added value. You exceeded expectations. Then you would get your customers to want to talk about your product or service.
Can you give me a quick example or two of businesses that are doing this?
Yeah, there's some great ones out there right now. One of the ones that I like to point to because it's so kind of recent is Southwest Airlines. And you know, when everybody in the airline industry kind of zigged and started charging for their bags, they zagged. And so the Bags Fly Free program, absolute genius on their behalf.
I still have a chip on my shoulder from having to pay for bags for a trip. I actually rented golf clubs in California because I
didn't want to pay. Right.
And I was like, I don't care what the difference in price. Maybe I spent more on the rental of clubs, but I was like, the principle of having to pay an extra.
Right.
So
the idea for like a Southwest is having kind of a marketing Lagniappe, or what I call a purple goldfish, is such that it kind of differentiates you from your competition. And so the idea of being able to stand out and being seen as different is so valuable.
But besides something like an offer like that, or a freebie that you can give somebody, you know, what is the difference between a useful Lagniappe and sort of a red herring one? You know, if I give a box of Junior Mints to somebody every time they use my recruiting service, big whoop.
Right.
Or maybe not. I don't know. So what's
we'll talk about the ingredients, but essentially it needs to be added value. If your customer is not kind of appreciating or seeing what you're giving, that little extra as added value, then it's something that's thrown in, but it's really not going to make a difference. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Stay tuned, and in the next podcast, we'll talk about what are the actual ingredients in good marketing Lagniappe. So thanks for joining us this time, and stay tuned for more. Don't mind if I do. We're here at Stew Leonard's in Norwalk, Connecticut, and this place is one big purple goldfish. Not only am I eating a ice cream cone, which if you spend $100, you get a free one, or you get a cup of coffee here at the coffee bar. while you're listening to soothing music. But I think I gained 20 pounds from all the free samples I just devoured on my trip through here. If you could smell this, it smells a combination of bakery and coffee, and I'm drooling and fighting the impulse to buy everything in sight. I also learned about buying bananas while a banana sung to me, and I watched live footage of the cows that are being milked. This place is amazing. If you want a case study, come here, bring your appetite and your wallet, because you're not going to walk out without spending money, but this is a great example of Lagniappe.
All right, so today we're going to finish up our podcast with a book review of David Meerman Scott's The New Rules of Marketing and PR. First of all, a hat tip to David. He was nice enough to give me an example for the Purple Goldfish project. So thank you, David. He actually had pitched in with an example of Audi and his dealer up in Massachusetts. Anyway, what can I say about the new rules of marketing and PR? Well, first off, David came out with this book probably about 4 years ago. And think about it. That was before the day that anyone even knew Twitter existed. It was back in the day when, for Facebook, you had to have an email address that had an edu attached to it, so it was only for college kids. So really a lot has developed, and what has resulted is David has really given a new once-over to this book. About 40% of the content in this new version is new. So what can I say about it? Essentially, what David is advocating is that marketing and public relations has kind of forever changed. And the days of kind of one-way, kind of tell and sell, communicating to the masses through the media, those days are pretty much over. And basically the internet has been the real game changer. And what he talks about in just a number of different ways is all of the tools that you can use as a business to kind of put control back in your hands. So he talks about the premise of you are what you publish. The idea that control is back in your hands, that you want to be able to have a dialogue with customers. It isn't just about kind of one-way communicating to the masses. It's actually trying to put content out there that's relevant to your customers, so when they're in the right frame of mind, they can find you, and the home being the web. So anyway, great book by David. I'd wholeheartedly recommend picking it up. You can also follow David. He blogs at webinknow.com. Anyway, enjoy the book, and we'll see you next time on the Purple Goldfish video podcast.